Hey, this is Mike with Scarz magazine. I'm here interviewing with Sevendust. Man, how you doing?
Clint. My name is Sevendust.
Yeah. No, but so a bunch of questions for you, man. What's your most memorable tour? Like the thing you remember the most about Sevendust?
We've done a lot of tours, man. I mean, I guess the most memorable things are like the things that are all a little out of the ordinary. Like we've been to Afghanistan, we've been to Iraq to play for the military there. That was pretty memorable as far as just the events that we kind of went through over there and what we saw. But I mean, they're all pretty. The tours out here, they're all unique, but they're all the same. They're all, you know, different bands, but the idea is the same. There's nothing generally, you know, interesting about it. They're cool. They're amazing. People are awesome. But, you know,
kind of emotional doing the Iraq tour. And that
it's that kind of a weight behind it, you know.
Yeah.
Purpose of it.
Definitely. What kind of rituals do you have before you play to like warm up? Kind of get yourself stoked, you know?
We do like a bunch of different stuff. Like, you know, everyone's got a different little schedule they do. Morgan listens to certain 4 songs before he plays, and you know, does a certain thing. He, you know, with his warm ups. Me and John pretty much play for about an hour before we play every day. LeJean's got this thing where he listens to 30 seconds of every song, and weird little rituals that everyone kind of does every day, but it's pretty standard. It's pretty much the same thing.
Yeah, that's actually kind of unique. Usually you don't hear something like that come out of a band. They're like, yeah, we don't really warm up, we're just gonna play, you know.
I mean, it's been different over the years. We've had times where we didn't care about warming up, just got on there. But now we're trying to do, you know, better.
It's been so long. You start to create this routine, you know.
Yeah.
What was the first thing that turned you on to metal?
Man, I'm old school, man. I'm 39. I grew up listening to Judas Priest, Maiden. You know, Hell Awaits was the first Slayer record I heard, and then I went back. You know, so I kind of, you know, just everything, man, from like Sabotage to, you know, Megadeth to, you know, just obviously Sabbath.
The old school shit.
Just all that, man. I mean, Van Halen was huge. Just a bunch of different bands that came out of that era. Ozzy was a huge fan of Ozzy guitar players. You know, one of them. Jake Lee is underrated. He doesn't get a lot of props, but I mean, I loved all those guys, man. All those bands for sure. Yeah.
What's your preferred equipment?
I use Pari Smith guitars, EVA amps. That's about it, man.
Yeah.
That sums it up. I got a lot of pedals and stuff.
You endorsed by those guys too?
Yeah, I endorse them.
Yeah, right on. Downtime, your boredom time, you guys are on tour like now, you're doing interviews and that kind of thing. Do you write during that time too?
Yeah, I travel with, you know, I use Pro Tools 9. I got a little setup, a little duet that I use to track. And yeah, I mean, you know, on days off is when it's a little easier to do, when I got a little more space in the hotel room. Yeah, I love writing.
Are you primarily the songwriter?
No, I mean, I bring a lot of the music. John brings another half of the music, and then we all kind of collectively go through those ideas and then put together what becomes our albums. But you know, I'm definitely one of the guys that primarily spark. You know, I start the idea and then we finish it together.
Yeah, cool, right on. Dude, if you weren't a musician, what would you be doing with your time?
Man,
where would you be working? You know, like where would your life be taking you?
I don't know, man. Maybe doing interviews. You know, I mean, I'd be interested in music one way or the other, I believe.
Yeah.
So maybe on that other side, I would definitely love to, you know, be an engineer. If I was totally out of music, man, I would probably be, I don't know, man, who knows? It's a hard answer. You know, I'm interested in a lot of things, but music is the only thing I'm good at.
Yeah.
You know, so
it comes natural to you.
Yeah,
I can hear you.
I'd love to be a veterinarian, man. Yeah, that's what I was wanting to do when I was growing up, but music took the prize.
Yeah. So. Awesome. How often do you play in your hometown, and how do the fans treat you when you're there? You know, I mean, is it just as huge? I mean, is it huger now? You know that you guys are gigantic. You know, I mean,
we first started in Atlanta years ago. There was maybe 25 people, 30 people that come. Then it was like 200, and you know, but now it actually grew. Over the last 5 years, it grew out. It took us a while to be big in our hometown.
Yeah. So is it selling out for you every time, pretty much now?
Yeah, it does pretty well. Yeah.
Yeah. Right on. So lyrical content changes. I know this is sort of like might be a harder question, but lyrical content changes over the years. You know, like when you first start until now, and what's going on in your life, and how do you feel it's changed, and like what direction do you think it's taking? You know.
I mean, I think it's all relevant to what you're going through at the time. I mean, you know, let's face it, the words are always about anger. They're always about some person that's pissed you off, or, you know, I mean, we tap into certain things that may get a little deeper than, you know, anger and angst toward certain people. But I mean, it's generally lyrics tend to kind of represent what the music, the feel of the music. It's hard to write about butterflies and sunshine when you got a minor, dark, aggressive music as your landscape. Yeah. So, but I mean, yeah, we like to change it up as far as the lyrics, what we're talking about. There's been some, a lot of it's about observation of other people. A lot of it's about harm that has been done to us, harm that we want to do to other people. And over the years, it's like the adolescent anger was there at the beginning. Now we're trying to figure out how to express emotion without having to do the let's be angry about something. Let's talk about something.
It gets old after a while.
Yeah.
Right? And things change.
We're not that angry anymore.
Right? There's nothing to be angry about.
I love the tonality of screaming and aggressive nature. I love that. You just don't have to talk about killing somebody or, you know, being strong to do that. You can talk about other things that are still deep and heavy, but just not, you know, about things you struggle with in family and, you know, different. I don't know. That's pretty much all.
Yeah. No. Well, kind of on that note, like with all these labels and stuff you're going through, how do you feel that they've like tried to change what you're doing? You know, I mean, that's got to be a struggle fighting with labels that are always trying to get you to do something different, and that's not what you're trying to do.
We don't have to deal with that anymore. That drum crap right there is getting on my nerves. Yeah. Don't remember that drum?
Yeah, ain't it?
Yeah. He does it every day.
It's cool.
He should have mastered it by now. That is. But yeah, I mean, it's the label thing. We don't have to deal with anymore. We don't have to. We have creative control, so it doesn't. You know, the only thing we have to worry about are logistics on how and when to do a record. But what we put on that record is our kind of control. We control that whole spectrum of it. So.
Are you guys planning on releasing something soon again? Or?
Yeah, well, we're gonna go in probably in February and start doing another record.
Yeah. Where do you guys prefer to record it?
Atlanta, just because I don't live in Atlanta. John lives in Orlando, but I think Atlanta will be home base this time. Tried Chicago last time. It was cool, kind of. You know, it was like good to be away because it kind of made us focus. But we're always on the road. We're always gone. So we want to try to do this near the house so we can have at least a little time near home. You know?
Yeah. Hobbies. What kind of hobbies you guys got? You know. This is it for you.
Yeah, I mean, you come out here. I like to go. I run a lot. I'm real into active stuff, and you know, I love boxing. I got a heavy bag at home. I train with that, you know, a little bit. I mean, obviously, can't do too much in depth with that, but I mean, just different things. Writing, man, music takes a lot of time up, you know. Still, so when I'm old and I'm not doing this for a living, I'll get some more hobbies. But right now, I don't have time. You know.
Well, this is a tattoo magazine, so it's all about rock stars tattoos. Do you have any tattoos?
Yes, I do. A bunch of them.
All kinds of them. Well, like meanings of tattoos. Do you have anything that's like really stands out for you? That's your most meaningful tattoo?
Well, I mean, I got this. This is my son's name, Harper. I just got that. It's kind of like a torch, passing the torch off, and me kind of overlooking him. And there's the heart. You know, he's on my heart, and that's my wife's nickname. That will be done. Just something I got after I was a year sober. And this one's kind of like a heaven and hell kind of thing. I always thought it was fascinating. Just like, you know, there's kind of like the angel and there's the demons, and below the kind of battle between those. But
who's your dude?
Mike Parsons did this top half. Andy Kirk did the demons right here. Mike Parsons did that. James Clemens did this from Shreveport, Louisiana. Just I forget who did this one. It was a convention I went to, and it was a girl actually. Her name was Angela, I think, from it's Atlanta Tattoo. I want to say I don't know. It's completely escaping me right now. I can't believe right when you guys leave, I'll be like, oh yeah.
Right. Yeah. Anything you change about them? Something you know.
I don't know, man. Like, when I'm 55 years old, man, or when I'm like 70 years old, there'll be demons on my arms, and I'll be like, I wonder, but whatever. It is what it is.
Right now, you're not thinking about it.
No.
Yeah, I hear you. What do you think the job as Obama has done as president has been like?
I don't really, politics are my thing. If you ask my mom, she would be all over that. But I think that, I can't control anybody. I can't control what Obama does. I can't control anybody but what I do. I can control what I do with myself. I can take care of myself. That's my own healthcare policy. Treat other people with respect, and try to. I like to be knowledgeable before I say anything about something. And politics, man, I don't know what it's like to be in this position. I know that this country is in a bad place, economy-wise. I know that there's obviously a lot of things and solutions that can fix it. Whether or not that he's the guy and that administration is the one that's going to do it, it doesn't matter who's in that position, though. I mean, president is going to have a difficult job, whoever it is. There's going to be a bunch of tasks they have to do to get things back on track. But like I said, I don't want to be an ignorant person and just spew off all this stuff I don't know. I don't follow politics as much as a lot of people do, but it is interesting. I don't want to turn my back to it either. I want to be knowledgeable on it. As far as him as a president, my mom hates him, or doesn't hate him, but hates his viewpoints. So, so it's hard for me not to support her. She knows what she's talking about.
Yeah. She's
she's really handy. She's a smart woman.
Right. Pays attention to those things. Yeah. I'm kind of the same way. Like I know what's going on, kind of, but I don't, and I don't want to say because I'm not as knowledgeable about it.
I feel the same way. Look at her. And then like, well, there's contradictions everywhere. Do that.
Yeah, exactly. Is there anything you would have done differently throughout, your career in this band?
Yeah, man. I mean, I'm a recovering alcoholic, man. I've been sober 4 years. I mean, there's a lot of things in my past I wish I would have done different. But,
regrets or things that you feel that would help you move forward?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things, but I think that all those things that happen, even the bad things, were just a part of the process, and everybody goes through it. I know it's cliche to say that, but it really is. I mean, I think some of the mistakes were really just tools to guide me where I'm at. I'm in a better place now than I was before. And,
yeah, you seem like a really uplifting person.
I'm trying, man. I don't know. It's your perception is everything. If you change things about yourself, everything around you changes.
Yeah.
I used to look at everything so negatively, and now it is what it is, man.
You're a positive person about it. That's cool, man.
I try, man. It's not easy some days.
Yeah. Your lucky break. When did your lucky break happen? Like, when was that moment in time where you knew this was it? We finally made it, and it's just going to get better from here.
I don't know, man. I think we're the type of band that always believe that it's going to be taken away from us at any time. Like, we're always like,
skeptical.
Do we really get? I feel like we've fooled everybody. We're really that type of band. We're happy for what we got. Sometimes we can be a little bit bitter and jaded. We've been around a long time. We've seen other people go on further than us as far as career-wise, but we've maintained a mild career. Success.
Would you consider yourself a huge band?
I don't. No, I don't. We're not. I mean, I have no illusions. We're not a huge band, but we do have a really good foundation, man. We have an army of fans that are really supportive and really understand what we're about. Know that we're an underdog type of band. I think people like underdogs. And I think that we are that band. I'm not a rock. I couldn't imagine being a rock star and feeling above people, and that seems like a miserable existence to me. Because you can't relate. You come above everyone. You have less options as far as finding friendship, and you got too many standards on what people are supposed to be. And that's, to me, it's like I see people out here on tour. They're just, you can see and sense that they feel like they're above other people, and you're like, that must be sad. No one is ever going to be as cool as you. So you can't relate to anybody, or you feel like they can't. So many times I'll go out and talk to people just that have nothing to do with any of this, and they're just so full of experience. And I mean, I really like it, man.
So you don't miss home so much that
I miss home a lot, man. Yeah. I miss home. I'd much rather be home with my son. I got a new son now, man. I love this. It's great, but I've done this for a lot of years.
How old is your son?
He's 8 months.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, it's new, man.
And this is kind of a big tour for you, too, and you're like right in the middle of it.
Yeah, I mean, this is a big, I mean, yeah, it's a big tour, but we've done these before.
So
This doesn't make us happy. It makes it, you know, playing with the fans is awesome, but being on these tours, we're just trying to provide for our families, you know. I don't want to lie and say, yeah, we're out here because we're trying to make it, man. We're trying to take care of our families. Playing music is a blessing.
Yeah, that's our cue, man.
All right, man.
Thank you for your time.
Yeah,
It's been really good talking to you.
Yeah, man.
If you don't mind,